right now, we're seeing a rollout of vaccines, and the development of vaccines, within 9 months or so of a pandemic is unprecedented. So let's not lose sight of that important milestone. And I think as a country, we get an A+ for innovation. Our system is designed for innovation. You look like a company like Moderna. Became a powerhouse and a major contributor to coronavirus vaccines. But with respect to the rollout, as your lead-in indicates, we've got serious concerns. So I don't think we're going to score an A+ for our operational rollout of distributing these vaccines. My impression is Massachusetts is doing relatively well relative to other U.S. states, but we have a very diverse system, different states doing different things and having different ways of getting the vaccines to people. I'm reading the headlines and news stories just as you are, but I'm also speaking to relatives. My mother-in-law is in Florida. She has two physicians, myself and my wife, Sharon, also a physician, advising her, trying to help her find information. And days into it, we still can't get a clear answer as to who she turns to get immunized. She's in a high-risk group. She's elderly. That's just one example. And of course, you've seen the headlines of people standing online for hours, elderly individuals in Florida and other states waiting to get immunized. That doesn't seem like a particularly good system. So we have a long way to go. As Dr. Fauci pointed out, we're doing something at a rate that has never been done before, and we're trying to roll it out very rapidly. And the rollout played out during the holiday season between Christmas and New Year's. That's yet another operational challenge. So we have to see now that we're past the holidays, how this can roll out. Can we speed up? Because if we can't get a sense in the coming week or two that things are speeding up in terms of the rate of immunization of our population, there are going to have to be big changes made in how we're doing this.
Yeah. Well, and this is, and again, there's state levels, local levels, federal, there's all these agencies and things involved. I spoke with a pharmaceutical executive who would never probably ever go on the record saying this, but they said, if the government would just let us handle it, we do this every day. Every single day, the pharmaceutical industry and drug distributors and everybody else distribute life-saving drugs to millions of Americans every single day. The infrastructure and chain is already built. And that was, I think, some of the frustration.
It may be some of it, but remember, it's not just getting the vaccines to the biomedical centers. And let's remember, these mRNA vaccines are safe. They're very effective. That's really important. But they do require special freezer temperatures. That's an operational challenge. It's not just getting the vaccines to the medical centers, but it's getting it into people's arms. I'm very fortunate as an infectious disease physician at Boston Children's Hospital. The hospital's done a great job distributing the vaccines to the healthcare workers. I received my second dose of the Pfizer product yesterday. So I'm fortunate to be in that category. But it is a big operational challenge to get the shots, not just in the freezer, but in arms of individuals. I can't help but compare to what's happening in Israel. My two parents live in Israel. They're both elderly, and they've already been vaccinated over a week ago. And not only were they vaccinated, but a young individual who helps take care of my father was vaccinated on the same day. They didn't even have to get out of their car. They're part of a health maintenance organization. That's how it's organized there, 4 large HMOs. They drove to the site on the appointment date and time.
Wow.
They rolled down the window, and their card was scanned, ID, and then they got the shot right in the arm. And then they waited for 20 minutes in the parking lot, make sure there was no reaction, and they were on their way. And as you know, Israel is soon going to have 15-20% of the population immunized.
Shepard Smith here. Thanks for watching CNBC on YouTube.